Just give me a second. It's gonna start, but I always like to fully start once it's on YouTube and it's all taken care of. And my little channel comes up. There's me. Yay. Okay. So you're all seeing the agenda, right?
Yep.
Great. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. So I'll call the meeting to order. Academic Affairs will not be joining us today. Neither will Hala. Those were again pre-notified already. Announcements. Is there any general announcements for the good of the order from anybody? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move on. You all had the minutes. Catherine put those in for you for approval. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Bob, second, please.
Ben, I'll second that.
Awesome. Ben, second. All in, with motion to approve minutes, we don't need to vote on all of them, right, Catherine? I'm still learning Robert's rules. Not going to lie to you people.
I'm sorry, what was that question?
I said for Robert's rules, we don't need to vote to approve the minutes, correct?
I don't go by Robert's rules. I go by Bob's rules.
Bob, sorry. We don't need to, right? As far as I remember.
Bob's rules are.
I think
Sorry, what?
you can just ask if there's any objection.
That's right. You have to phrase it differently.
Cool. So any objections to the minutes from September 29th?
No.
Beautiful. So move then, we will approve those. Report from the executive committee. So we met yesterday. We finalized the agenda. Executive committee, we talked about myself and Ben and Bob about us being available to meet with the different other if I could speak, I feel by Thursday my speaking is done. With meeting with the other again committees on campus, faculty senate, GERC, knowing that maybe we could meet with their executive committees. It's been brought to the attention basically that those individuals will join meetings, meaning myself or Bob or Ben, when we need to, and it's on an as needed basis, and that's how we're doing it. And just for the time factor for all of us as well, we're all busy. Majority faculty on here, like we, again, our time is valuable. So I don't have any, that was my one report with that. We talked about, again, proposals. I'll just make a general announcement that the fact of, they're due September 20th. We will take up others for new business as they come in, but that's the general guideline for that. So again, academic affairs, Catherine, the registrar's office has time to process those. So that is what we are again looking forward. We've had some issues with individuals and especially with proposals. If you have questions about proposals, reach out to your UCC reps, reach out to any member of the executive committee or Catherine, and we're all here to assist you with those. Okay, new reps, old reps, that's what we're here to help you with. One thing to just kind of throw out there, and just so we're also on the same page, change memos are a thing of the past. If you have specific questions about that, and people who've been on this committee for a while know about change memos, Chris Hunt is no longer here. We are moved past that. Proposals need to be done. And if you have a question about what you need to do and what information needs to be filled out, reach out to academic affairs directly. Okay, that would either be a Cindy Hill, Catherine, or the registrar's office. But again, academic affairs first. And again, we are not doing change memos at this point. Okay.
Wesley,
Yes.
before we move
Carmen.
on, could I ask a clarifying question? It doesn't have to do with the change memos. It has to do with, we're doing a new process this year wherein we're doing versions of proposals, right? So all I want to make sure is that's a back end thing. So the person would still request a new proposal, go through the whole process, and it's the back end that creates the new version. So we're not like messing things up by requesting a new proposal. Is that correct?
No.
Okay.
No. And let me turn up. I'm glad you talked. I was going to ask someone too, because I cannot hear. Can you can all hear me, right? I think you would have said something beforehand, but no, you're 100% correct. And that's a backdoor process with the proposals in that. That's one other thing too, why you brought that up. That's another thing from our committee. So the UCC website, last time it was updated was 2 years ago, or at least we're there with Carmen on there. I will say, I will take the failure on that on my part to have updated that. I will update that. And actually, I just put that out to executive committee today. We'll look to vote on that and put that in there. And it's gonna be similar to some stuff, Carmen, you had. But again, I tweaked some things. And again, just about reaching people. Just please reach out if you have questions about proposals. We're here to help. And academic affairs and the registrar's office is not this, fierce beast that cannot help people. We are here, everyone, we're here to help. And
And I want to clarify something.
hold on one second, Catherine.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Did I forget anything, executive committee? Was there anything else before you go on, Catherine? Okay,
I
go ahead,
can't think
Catherine.
of, that was
Oh, yeah,
it.
Bob, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, no, that sounds about right, except we've also got the letter you wrote. We
Yes.
talked about that. Did I miss that?
That's what he was just mentioning.
Oh,
And-
okay.
I wrote the letter today and we'll look to meet on that and then we're gonna put that on there. I shared, so with executive committee, this is brand new. I shared that, literally, I finished right before the meeting started. I shared that all with you via Google Doc.
And the clarification I wanted to make is not that it's only the letter from the chair that's posted on the Curriculum Council website that's not updated. I have been keeping the UCC's website updated consistently, so please
No,
don't
I
think
was-
that all the
I was
information
my-
there is ancient. So you just misspoke slightly.
No, I was, and that's what I meant by that. It was my thing. So no,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
information.
Chair's letter, everything else, yeah. I'm
Chair's
trying to
letter is,
keep
that's my
everything
thing, but
posted.
everything that Catherine has up there is again, up to date. So,
Yeah, so, okay.
thank you.
I can get
Catherine.
in trouble for not updating the website.
Oh, I
so
know. Yeah.
That's all.
With that being said, I'm gonna skip right past academic affairs because Cindy Hill is not here. Let's go into subcommittees. So on there, you see the GERC report. They're basically results again from that faculty survey. We are gonna leave that on there again and look to again, it'll be no more different than how we do like the GERC minutes, but it's there this week for review. Please take a look at that. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to, again, academic affairs, to Catherine, they'd be happy to help. And then again, next week we'll look to, again, accept that report. No different than how we just did, or no different than how we did with the GERC minutes. Any questions on that?
It's a good report. It's worth your time.
And Girk wants you to read it.
Thank you. BAS committee.
We have our first meeting of the semester tomorrow. I think there's 7 candidates up, so nothing to report yet.
Great. I talked about that already from my information. That was our report from the executive committee, so I'm going to move right past those. Any other councils or anything want to speak at this point?
Well, we were going to ask is anyone here also on the faculty senate or anything like that?
Yep. Thanks, Bob.
We were just curious for see if someone else is also attending those meetings or anything like that.
Right now, Bob, I do attend Academic Standards Council.
Okay.
So if you guys want, I think we meet once a month. So if you guys want an update from them, I can provide that. I'm just not a voting member.
When we talked in executive committee, sorry, I don't mean stepping toes, Wesley. When we talked in executive committee, we just kind of want to know who's on what committee and if there are reports that are relevant to us to make sure that we know and we can give you time for them.
Awesome. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate you guys. Anything else before we look to move on? Okay, let's go ahead. We're done with, we have no information items. We don't have things on the consent calendar this week. We'll definitely have them on there. As I even put in my letter, this is our busy time, as you can see, and the agendas will grow with this because again, we're looking through these different, again, proposals. Can I get a motion though to our untable unfinished business, so we can go ahead and start to make approvals to 74 and 82.
Motion to untable continuing business.
Okay, can I get a second? That's Bob.
This is Ben. I'll second that.
Between Ben and Carmen for the second, and let's go ahead and untable and move on. So proposal 74, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up here. Give me a second. Here we go. Can you all see proposal 74?
Yep.
Great. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay. So do we have information on this? Because I know this is what we were talking about, the sister courses.
So yes, I'm the rep for this proposal. That's from history, and I think what they're doing mostly here is changing some courses from 3,000 to 4,000 level.
Correct.
Yeah.
But then the question that we have here is graduate council aware like of the sister courses with that?
So they're planning to submit that. I've talked to Sarah Roby just like a few days ago, but they haven't done that yet. But I think she's reached out to graduate council.
Okay. This has been sitting here and we had this from last week, so here we go. Sarah, we're clear with all those questions, right?
Yeah, I think we got everything formally resolved. So
Faculty vote, everyone voted. Yep. Right.
And there was one small typo that I think Randa noticed, and I just checked with Sarah, and she says, yes, that should be R2. That's below somewhere.
Yeah. So because I'm not gonna go through page by page, this has been on there for over a week. I see you have the L there. Okay, Randa.
Yeah.
About changing that. So just adding an L in there.
They just had the L missing, so I just added it in.
Beautiful. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Okay. This one's a long one. Check credits and added.
Yeah.
And that was all the same.
Yeah. I did check those better than last week.
Thank you. Okay. It looks like I got something here. Oh, thank you, Randa. Yeah. Can I get a motion then to approve 74?
I motion to approve.
Second.
Ben,
Second.
Bob second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Raise your hand. Looks like it's unanimous. Any opposed and or any abstention? So it is unanimous, Catherine. 74 is approved. Okay. Moving on next. Here we go. So that's 7482. There we go. So this is coming from College of Health, right?
This
Yeah,
is
Laura.
Lavona, and
Yeah.
there is a question towards the bottom that I found yesterday that we don't have an answer on. So I would rather we put this off for another week.
So you want it table, or do you want it table then?
I think so. It has to do if we're going to list two courses. In one place it says you can pick either of these, and another place it doesn't say that. So I just would like that clarified before we're cleaning it up later.
Let's put it in the parking lot then. Is that okay with everyone? Let's move then. Okay, so let's put 82 in the parking lot, and I will, again, pending your response then, and hopefully we'll have that by next week then.
We need, technically, we need a motion on that.
I was
So
just
I
going to-
motion to move.
I was just going to say it, but yeah, go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I motion to move 82 to the parking lot.
I'll second. Are we in favor? I'm, like I said, the Roberts rules, I'm getting, looks like Aaron, yeah, you're raising, oh no, you're saying yes, okay. Like I said, I'm new to the Roberts rules and I'm getting there, so.
You're doing
Maybe I
great.
should just point to you, Bob, because you are Bob Rob, so with that, sorry, I had to.
Yeah.
You deal with my bad dad joke humor, sorry.
There you go.
Okay, so we are all, that was unanimous to put that in the parking lot then. Let me close this. Okay. With that being said, 63. We're leaving in the parking lot as well. With that being said, can I get a motion to untable new business? We're gonna take a look, executive committee. We met yesterday, we're looking at with at least about the first 7 proposals before the math prerequisites come in with the College of Technology.
Motion to consider new business.
Okay, that's Bob, that's our Bob, and then can I get a second? Randa and Lavona second. All in favor?
Aye.
Beautiful. Any opposed or abstention? No. Let's go ahead and untable, and I'm going to start with proposal number 1. If I can get, let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so this one, College of Education. So this is for the geography course. Okay, signatures. Basically, they're deleting this from the catalog. It's pretty clean. Here's your proposal changes. It's approved back in March. So, Catherine, did you hear anything back about the outcomes or the link?
No, I haven't
This
yet.
is Ajit. I reached out to Beverly today and I'm having conversations with her. So, but
It's not, we don't have it yet though.
no, we
correct?
don't have it here.
Got it. Okay. So then
Yeah,
let's
But
go
that,
ahead.
but that can be added later.
Correct. So
let me
basically
hold
what I'm
it.
gonna do is look to motion to approve pending we get those outcomes, just like we did with a couple last week. So,
Move approval pending resolution of our questions.
I wasn't there yet.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I was just looking at some other comments in that here. Beautiful.
I
Thank you, Bob,
apologize.
because I'm gonna point to you for the next, because it looks like
Okay.
everything else is good. Okay, so motion pending again, the student learning outcomes. So Bob, is that you or is that
Yep.
Lavona?
Yep, I still made the motion. It wasn't.
Got it. So that's motion second, Lavona. All in favor?
Aye.
Beautiful. Any opposed? Any abstention? Unanimously, we are approving proposal 1, pending that state of the student learning outcomes. Okay, let me get rid of that. Proposal 25. There we go. So this is adding management adding 1116 or 1116 as a prereq for accounting. Okay. Here we go. Did we get the map?
We're in the process of getting the maps to
Got it.
them.
Okay. Looks like I have a comment. Okay. See you later. Thank you, Ben. Another clean one. Can I get a motion to approve 25?
Do we care that there is no impact from math?
And I'm glad you brought that up, considering what the class is.
I think there was, can you scroll up? There was something in there from Amy Mills.
Oh, it's to Amy. She hasn't replied yet.
Gotcha. I just saw it in the mass scroll. There you go.
Right there.
Yeah, there's that one.
Well,
I'm-
that comment is a ongoing discussion we've been having with the math department. We've in the College of Business, when we created this management 1116, the original plan was for them to also create math 1116, and then those would be listed as equivalent in the catalog. And so then that way we could have the overall plan was that we would have someone from the math department be teaching this class. And they, the faculty in the math department, and it got into a lot more chaotic than that, ended up not voting for the proposal. And so we just moved forward in the College of Business with the class. And so we're just offering our management 1116 class. And so if math at some point in the future wants to take up and make their own equivalent class, that's up to the math department. But in the meantime, we've created the class and already moved forward with that creation.
That was me bringing this to the attention of,
Yeah.
since our new chair. So I hope it didn't cause any problems to you, Bob, but I was trying to bring that back up, and they don't meet for, the request for Amy's impact. Amy is the chair of our new committee that covers the under level or undergraduate courses, sort of. Anyway, she's never looked at a proposal before in her life, I don't think. So I don't really think she understands what she's supposed to do with this. Yeah. So they meet on Monday, and I'm hoping to be there to help them out with proposals, but yeah, that's not until Monday.
I'd like to move forward with passing it, and then again, a conversation is here, and again, I think that's something that can be taken back up with academic affairs and or the registrar's office afterwards. Does that work for you, Randa? Is she gone?
No, she's right there.
Oh,
Randa?
I just nodded my head, sorry,
Oh.
yeah.
oh, sorry. I didn't move the camera down. That's my fault. Okay, so can I get a motion then to approve proposal 25?
So moved?
Randa, can I get a second?
Carmen is like waving her hand. You just can't see her.
You know what? I can't hear. If I do this, so Carmen second, can all in favor? I see Aaron. Looks like again unanimous. You know, and that's pathetic because I have my Zoom with all of you and I still missed it. And it was again approved unanimously. Proposal 25, thank you. Let's see here, moving on, 30.
Real quick, was that approved pending something or is it just approved?
It's approved.
Okay.
It's an ongoing conversation. So that's again, like Bob was saying, so.
Okay,
So yep,
thank
unanimous. Let's go ahead, take up proposal 30 from the College of Education. This one. Let's see here. Everyone sign. So yeah, we're updating course descriptions. CT deleting courses. They're basically, we're taking out courses we're not teaching anymore. Okay. And everyone voted yeah. Yeah, I remember one reading this, if it hadn't been taught in over 10 years, probably a good idea not to have it anymore. Impacts, I remember looking at those. I just wanted to see at the bottom, nothing, okay. Motion to approve, 30,
Moved.
Bob, second,
Second,
am I saying it right, Ines?
Ines. Yeah.
Ines, you could correct me all day long, because I probably will forget.
Oh,
And, sorry, all in favor? Okay. Any opposed? Any abstention? Looks like we are fully unanimously approving 30. Thank you. I think next on the agenda was 32. Yep, health occupations. So, and I would ask Ben about this, and of course, he had to run off and leave, again, for something, with this child. But Catherine, you haven't heard anything back from the impact from the library, have you, on this one?
If you scroll down to the impact box down there, I think this is the one that she's waiting for them to fill in their box from the PO. If I remember right, keep going
Up.
up.
It is, but they have.
Did they fill it in?
Yes.
Oh, then I missed it.
They didn't put X's. They wrote the word yes.
Yes.
That's overly literate for us. All right.
Catherine, can we just change that, please?
Where are you?
On my right here, on the proposal, I'm on 33.
Okay, just a second here.
Yeah. They said yes, but they should have put an X. Thank you. Everything else is clean with it. Can I get a motion to approve 32?
Motion to-
Wait, hold it. Before you approve that, I had some questions about credits. Because Ben, there's a bunch of questions. Buck had changed some credits
Oh, I
there.
didn't see. Okay.
And I need to make sure that they are correct and then be resolved. But that's above my pay grade.
Mhm.
I can flag it, but I need other people to weigh in and say, yes, this is correct. But I don't think that the course leave system automatically adds up things properly. So these have to be correct.
I believe Buck is
It
correct,
looks like Buck.
5% sure.
Go ahead, Tiffany. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, I believe Buck is correct. I'm like 95% sure, but let me take a little peek just so I can be 100%.
Well, and that's why I know yesterday in executive committee, Catherine, that's why we looked to move it this one, because I saw those comments from Buck to where it looked to be where we could move on it.
Yeah, I
Because,
just need to make sure that they get carried over into the proposal, because sometimes if it's,
well, it was carried,
Five
that's where his
credits.
comments were, so.
okay, but sometimes when they get changed, if the comment is resolved, it goes away. But no, they're still there. Okay, good.
That's why I was saying that. yeah.
Yes, Buck is correct.
And I
Okay.
just added it myself and it was correct. I thought I will second that if that's okay with you, Catherine.
But, okay, there's Randa's question here where up above it says 37 credits for the gen eds, and then down here where Randa's comment is, it says why 36 to 37, but above it's 37 in the gen eds. And that's a very good question.
It says 37 up here.
Yeah, there's 37 credits that we require for gen eds. But down here in the gen ed section of the decree totals, it says 36 to 37. And why is that? Would that be a transfer thing?
I don't think it's a transfer thing. Hold on, I'm looking.
No,
Okay,
it's not a transfer. I know that.
No, I think it's because they've got, you've got dietetics and you've got the chemistry and the biology, so I don't think you need to have the 37. You can have the 7 credits, right? 3 plus 4
Mhm.
is going to be the lowest in objective
Correct.
5.
That's my understanding with the objective 5.
so is there a change that needs to happen in this is in the gen ed section? No, it's the prerequisites up at the admission requirements. They're adding in NTD 2239. If you scroll up to the admission to the top of that section, part A.
Part A you want now?
Excuse me, part C. Go back to part
Where
C.
was that?
It's the admissions requirements. Keep going down. That's the rationale. Yeah, keep going down. A little bit further. Right there, where they're adding in the nutrition. And so it's changing these from 4 credits to 3 to 5 credits. And then it becomes 26 to 27 or 25 to 27. Is that the gen ed section?
No, the 25 to 27 is not the gen ed section. That's just the prerequisite section. Because
Okay.
medical terminology and pathology in there. Hold on, I'm sussing this out while we're doing it.
Objective.
Yeah, I think it should be 37.
Yeah, it should just be 37 down there because no
Yeah.
matter what the calculation, that gen eds will be 37, that 25, 27, that's just the prereqs, which includes some of the gen eds for that basic calculation up there.
So 37.
So
Yeah.
just straight 37. Okay, right there.
Fix
Right.
that then.
And the total credits.
Which will just make that the 87.
87 then.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Catherine?
Yeah, that makes sense. I just and hopefully I didn't change something that they had changed.
You didn't. And
Well, I don't know
familiar
who,
with
I don't
this
know who
proposal.
put those in red.
Huh?
I'm not sure who had put those in red down there, but that's okay. That, well, it's been double checked.
Okay.
Normally, I don't make changes in council without it being in purple, showing that it was done in council and by me.
Yeah,
Um,
Girk not affected. And we're just adding that nutrition. So now, with that being said, can I get a motion to approve 32?
So moved.
Bob, can I get a second?
This is
Second.
Okay, I'm a second. All in favor? Anybody not in favor? Any abstention? So moved unanimously. We have passed 32. And I'm going to close that one. Last but not least, we were going to look at was 65.
Wait, what happened to 37? From dental hygiene?
Totally skipped that one. Thank you.
Yeah, don't do that to me.
Okay. 37 and 65. I knew there was one I didn't pull up, so I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Oops.
No,
Wait.
I'm really not fine, but I'm trying to make it fine.
Have I
For today.
processed this one yet?
Huh? Sorry. Okay.
Have I processed this?
I
The whole top table is blank, but I guess I must have. Let's see. The degree response, oh, okay, that's what it was waiting for. That's why I hadn't finished processing it. There are some question totals, credit total questions that will need to be figured out.
So this is Lavona, and I looked at it, and what I see is correct, and Sarah double checked him and has the same numbers. So it's higher than the 120, it's 132, but that's what they have currently. That's not a change.
So it should be 37 and 39 then here. Is that correct? Oh, okay, there. All right.
and
And
Lavona, what did you say again about the 120?
So normally a bachelor's degree is capped at 120, but theirs currently is 132 credits. So that must have been approved at some point in the past. So I know that looks different than what we're used to seeing, but the numbers are all correct.
Okay.
you have a strike through on something. Why? Why is that? 132 to 134. I'm going to do that. And is this correct? It should be 132, 134.
That's what you just said, right?
Right.
It depends which class they take of these two. So it'll either be 132 or 134
Okay.
credits.
I'm getting 21 credits there. Okay, there's that. 37 to 39. And okay. All right. So those are correct then. All right, this one is as amended because we did some changes here. That's taken care of. Yeah, and look and see. Please do me a favor and check and see if everything looks right while I fill out this top table.
You're talking credits, Catherine, or just everything?
Yeah, and all the comments, have they all been
All of them.
resolved correctly?
And anybody else, please feel free to.
And this is Lavona. One thing that was new for me on this proposal, I don't know a lot about Gen Ed, but the 37 to 39 is because there's two classes that they'll take, either the like 1153 or 1153P, which has one more credit. And so there's two classes like that. And that's how they came up with potentially 39 if students took the 2P options.
I thought it was for those P courses that we weren't going to. Last time I was on the committee when they were inventing those P courses, I thought we were going to just use the minimum amount, because depending on how the student was enrolled in ISU would be depending on if they had to take P or non-P courses. So that's how I thought we were doing it before. Did that,
I don't know. So this
Okay.
is the first proposal that I've noticed, or I would say it's the first I've seen, but I'm going to be embarrassed if that's not true. So it's the first I've noticed that it had P classes listed. So either way, but they do have it listed out as an option that they would accept.
And I think that, no, Lavon, I think you're correct. And I think College Tech has a few proposals that are listed that way too. So if we want to remove those, I'm all for that. That way it's cleaner for students.
Which ones are you talking about, Tiffany?
There's some of ours that have the English 1101P as well as the stats 1153P.
Got it. Now I know what you're talking about. Sorry, I didn't hear that, so. Okay.
Is,
Go ahead, Bob.
Sarah, do you remember any of that from before about those P courses?
I'm not sure where the decision lied, but I think they have been added the last couple of cycles to the
Okay.
proposals, just so that students know that that's a viable option. But we can certainly consider that. I mean, when we're looking at totals, we always consider the lowest number. So even though those are 4 credit hour ones, we would still be, you can do the range, but we would still be doing 37
Right.
when we're doing our totals. But I do think Chris started adding those P classes because we got some questions from students as to whether or not they really met the general education program, and they do.
Do we need to maybe talk to academic standards about that?
In regards to what?
In regards to if we should, because the P courses and the non-P courses are supposed to be, I mean, other than the credit, and they were supposed to fulfill the exact same whatever. So if you were taking,
Correct.
let's say you needed, if you want to take accounting 22 or management 2217, oh, that's bad. That's a bad example. If you want to take some physics class somewhere and you had to take college algebra, math 143, maybe this is a bad one because I don't know if it has a P class or not, but then it would either math 1143 or math 1143P would fulfill it automatically in the requirements that was already programmed into the system.
Correct.
And so I thought that we weren't needing to specify between the numbered course and the numbered P course, so that way it would just happen automatically. But it sounds like to me we've been changing that.
So your question is, why do we need to list it then? That you're thinking it's an automatic thing, correct?
Right.
No.
And so,
And I'll speak this for College of Tech ones. We've always had to, we've listed it, and again, because of again, having it there. Tiffany, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was, they had the option and it was included with our maps and that.
Well, and we did, I don't think there was an actual,
I know for my program, that's why specifically, sorry, because we have it, so.
well, and I've always been kind of on the fence about this, and I'll tell you why, because I'm in Bob's camp that it doesn't matter which class you take, they both fulfill the same requirement.
Correct.
And maps are just one way to get a degree, and I hold to that dearly. My concern is, and I think Bob is probably alluding to this by asking if we need to go to academic standards over it, is if College of Tech and College of Health are listing it in their programs, but College of Science and Engineering are not, does it give the appearance that English 1101P is okay for College of Tech and College of Health, but it is not okay for College of Science and Engineering?
So now I see everything what you're both saying.
Yes,
So the double,
process.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Tiffany. I apologize.
No, you're good. There just needs to be, if one college is doing it, then all colleges are doing it. Or no colleges are doing it. That way, in Sarah's world and Ivory's world, it's all standardized and it all looks the same across the catalog.
Let's do this. Can we vote on this? I'd like to vote to approve, however, with pending the conversation about this with academic standards. For the idea of, this is something again for the future of, again, the P, why does it it should be like I have to say I agree with both of you as well of, if it's there, it's there, and we shouldn't have to go the back and forth, and it would make the credit world in Sarah's eyes and the registrar's office easier as well. That's my thought. And then Tiffany, I'm going to ask you, because again, you sit on academic standards, to bring that up and then report back to us if that is okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And this
Lona.
Lavona, on this proposal, my guess is dental hygiene doesn't care which it is, but that's how it's listed now. So they're just following that. So I think whatever the decision is, College of Health is fine with it. I don't think any of us really are invested in one or the other. And if I'm wrong, they can just yell at me.
I'll vote, Vogan, with that being said, to not hold up a proposal, vote to approve, but then also if we can have a note on here or someone, again, myself or executive committee where, and again, the questions about the P courses. And I guess that's something I can just make a note of here and I'll make sure to bring that up at our executive committee about academic standards. And Tiffany, if you could be on that radar as well.
I will email Kurt right now. That way I don't forget to get it on the agenda.
Thank you.
You know,
Okay. Thank you so much. And thanks for the conversation. That's good conversation that we should be having. That's our purpose. With that being said, can I get a vote then to approve proposal 37?
Motion
This
to
is
approve.
Lavona. So moved.
So we got Bob first, Lavona second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? So moved, proposal 37 unanimously. Also, again, also executive committee looking at a conversation about P courses and with Tiffany with that. So, and I'm just repeating this because it is recorded so then we can look back. Thank you, Tiffany and Bob. Okay, that being said, let's move to 65.
No, no food. I fed you earlier.
So this one's about the theater course. And updates to the endorsement. No concerns, need to change. We forgot to put the communication endorsement in there. I'm gonna scroll down. Strike out. Right. Motion to, can I get a motion to approve 65?
Move approve.
Who is that? I'm sorry. Is that you, Ajit?
Yeah.
Yep. Can I get a second? Randa? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstention? So moved 65, again, voted unanimously to approve. And that's where I am going, so I'm back to the agenda. That is what we are at for new business as of today. There are other ones on here, but again, they're more sitting in here for, again, review.
You can do 71 if you want.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we already looked to on table. Catherine, there was no other ones besides that, right?
Yeah, this would be the last one for today. The rest have to sit and wait for a little bit.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put this up here. So this is,
Basically what they're doing is so that they don't have to keep going to Degree Works and doing petitions, they're adding in a whole bunch of the rest of the PEAC courses as options to the physical education teaching endorsement within the College of Ed.
Yep.
So that's what they've done. And that's all it is.
I'm just scrolling through. But
Mhm.
Secretary, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Bob, can I get a second?
Second, Ajit.
Okay, Ajit, thank you. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstention? So moved, 71 unanimously approved, and the other ones are sitting there and looked at for processing and for you to review. With that being said, back to the agenda. We're still, again, looking at the sister courses, and this is just the other stuff for next week. And everything is the same with that. Really at this point, proposals and working with your constituents at your colleges to get them done so that we can again move through these. So, anybody else have anything or any announcements or questions? So best part, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Move.
Bob? And I see a second there, myself and others. I will see you all again next week. Catherine, if you could stay on for a few minutes, but officers, I'm good. I will see you all next week and continue working on your stuff. Guys, take care.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Everything.
Hey, Wesley, really quick,
I'll hold that thought because it's still recording, Tiffany.
okay. Not anything.